What's up, everyone? I'm John Laird from 101X Homegrown. I'm joined by Sasha and the Valentines today. We have a show coming up October 22nd at the Mohawk. I am particularly excited about this one. I'm always excited about the Homegrown shows. That's why I do them. But this one in particular, I feel like I've been trying to do a show with you guys forever. The pandemic has skewed all timelines. So I feel like it's been like 10 years. I've been like, can we do something? But I guess really it's probably been more like a year and a half or so. But I'm very much looking forward to it.
Us too.
Yeah,
We're super excited.
it's our first show back in Austin since like the last time we played in Austin was right before the pandemic, either at Mohawk or at Stay Gold's. It was one of those two. It
Yeah.
might have been our last Mohawk show.
Yeah.
So it feels nice and like full circle to come back to Mohawk and start again there.
Yeah, we're coming home.
Yes. Come on back. We're waiting. Also, it's a great lineup too. Hey Cowboy and Daphne Tunes also on the bill. They're both great. So it's going to be a pretty fantastic night. I think there's also someone pretty great outside too, but I forget now. But
Guided by Voices.
oh yeah, just a very small unknown indie rock.
Little band. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that they're doing well. So yeah, you might as well just spend your whole night at the Mohawk then on October 22nd. It's going to be pretty great. Last year, you guys put out a really great album. So You Think You Found Love. It's now, I guess we're a year and a half into that album being out. What else is going on? How do you feel about it now that it's been out in the world for a while?
It's kind of crazy that, I mean, because of the pandemic, it just feels like it was like a million years ago. But it really wasn't that long ago. But yeah, it's still a good sign when like I can listen to it personally and still enjoy it. So because like I've probably heard each song like a million times. So yeah, it's gotten like great reception. I really appreciate like all the support we got from it and the listenership. It's been really great. And kind of getting to tour it out has been really special because we recorded it right in the middle of the pandemic. So it was like our first time getting to play like probably a few of these songs, really.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like at least three of them. Oh no, at least two of them were like brought to like you demoed them in the pandemic. So it was nice to be like, whoa, these truly have never been heard by a live audience before. But yeah, it has felt special. It's felt nice to have not nice. It's to have so much time to release something and then really just watch it and continue to be proud of it. Like Sarah said, just like I still love listening to it and like I can still return to it every once in a while. Not super
all
regularly. Every single morning I start with it.
Today.
Yeah, exactly. It's my alarm and my ringtone. No, like it's nice to it's nice to watch it grow and like continue to be like to have been so proud of it during the recording process and so proud of its release and kind of how it was released. And like, it felt like first times for a lot of the different ways that we kind of approached the way we released it. And then to continue to be proud of it after the fact and like people continue to find it. And I don't know, I feel like I can continue to be like, oh yeah, I'm happy about this. Like, and this is cool that you are happy about it too, as you find it a year and a half later, you know?
I think a tricky thing too in this weird industry that is the music industry is I think there's sort of that idea that you put something out, you immediately tour it, and then it's like, well, what's next? And you just have to keep going. So I feel like the pandemic maybe did a nice thing for some people. It sort of allowed you to kind of slow roll some of this stuff. Obviously you guys are touring this a lot later than you probably would have had all of this other stuff not happen. So, like you're saying, you kind of got to watch it grow a bit and find its place, and now you get to go out and go, no, here's how it all sounds live, which is kind of fun. Most people don't get that. I'm not going to call it a luxury, not being able to
territory to be like, this was good, but it wasn't good.
Silver lining.
Yes.
There you go. Silver lining is probably the best way to put it. With that kind of slow roll process, though, now that you guys are finally being able to tour it, are you kind of at a point where you're like, we're ready to move on to something next, or is it still feels sort of fresh, I guess?
I think we're definitely moving kind of behind the scenes, like, you know, I've been demoing some things and kind of like slowly working on some stuff, but it hasn't felt super rushed. Something that I've been really happy about is listening to the new Always album that came out and like realizing like, oh, they spent years between albums. Not that that's like necessarily what I'm aiming for, but like I feel like I come up with my best stuff personally when it's just like whatever feels right. Not really like putting any, I don't know, expedited stuff out there, but we definitely are hoping to play some new stuff on the road. So
Cool.
it'll be nice for people to hear new things.
Yeah, the Always album definitely. The pandemic really canned their efforts. I mean, that took years. That it was just hanging out, waiting to put it out, which is crazy. This whole every time I do one of these interviews, I feel like it always goes back. It feels so far long ago, but I know we're still in it. But somehow it still affects absolutely everything. It's just like I said, it just skews all time, and it's very weird.
And there's such a like so many. I mean, there's a billion different ways to have reacted to it as a musician or as a performer, in terms of like what you did, you know, what you did with the time while we were in lockdown, what you did with the time once you could be vaccinated and start playing shows again. Like these, you know, our first set of shows was in May, which was like, what, a year after the vaccination started coming out?
Roughly.
So like we took our time getting back to shows, was it?
Yeah, because I kind of could recall like people trying to get back out on the road kind of quickly and then having their tours kind of cut short or like canceled. And we just wanted to like, since we had just released the album, we were like, let's just wait till let's
like
fully,
let's just be careful and like really find a good time that feels, it doesn't feel like we have to like kind of cut out any sort of safety for ourselves or for like anybody going to the shows.
When you guys announced this show and then ended up being a Homegrown, I had a friend of mine hit me up and he was like, oh, I've been waiting to see this band, like where have they been? And I was like, well, they didn't want to play during the pandemic, the height of it. And he was like
since 2019.
It was so weird to see how he was just like, oh right, that
yeah, that makes sense.
But it's, you know, we were so quick, maybe not to forget, but it got normalized in a way once vaccinations and stuff happened. Everyone was being like, we're going back. But it was funny to have that sort of play out in that way where you just sort of forgot that, you know, some people were like, maybe I don't want to do this right now. But hey, you're here now, so it's going to be great. I'm excited to see you guys again. That's October 22nd at the Mohawk, Daphne Tunes, and Hey Cowboy also on the bill. It's going to be a great night. And then, of course, a tiny Guided by Voices show outside. So
pretty small. Yeah,
they'll be quiet.
Plenty to do at the Mohawk on October 22nd. More details can be had at 101x.com. Otherwise, if you're 21 and up, you can enjoy Karbach Brewing and Jack Daniel's specials. And then mainly we'll just get to watch Sasha and the Valentines play the first Austin show in many moons. And I'm very excited to see you guys and
stoked.
Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, John.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. See you soon.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.